You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And in this particular video, we're going to talk about an individual by the name of James A. Bartels. He's a 50-year-old individual out of Patriot, Ohio. Well, this individual was recently arrested for intentionally setting, get this, y'all, 24 arson fires in Wayne National Forest. Just crazy. So the official statement coming from the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Ohio goes as this. A fire department administrator and former 911 dispatcher has been charged federally with crimes related to at least 24 arson fires since spring of 2022 in Wayne National Forest. James A. Bartels, 50 years old, of Patriot, Ohio, was arrested yesterday. Actually, he was arrested back on December 20th of 2020 and appeared in federal court in Columbus, Ohio. Bartels is an administrator at the Greenfield Township Volunteer Fire Department. He also served as a 911 dispatcher for Gallia County. According to the affidavit in support of a criminal complaint, Ohio Department of Natural Resources law enforcement officers observed a truck registered to Bartels near Wayne National Forest on October 29, 2022. Bartels was observed on Dry Ridge Road within an hour. A fire was reported in the forest near Dry Ridge Road and Colley Creek Road. In the days after Bartels' November 8th resignation from working as a 911 dispatcher for Gallia County, at least 17 fires were lit. Bartels was seen at least 2 separate locations in the vicinity of multiple fires starts within minutes of the ignition. The affidavit details that in a law enforcement interview, Bartels admitted to starting the fires with a lighter to give the boys something to do and to distract himself from depression. He identified 24 arson fires for which he was responsible. His truck infotainment system data also placed him at the location of the fires. Bartels is scheduled for a preliminary hearing in the United States District Court on January 3rd in Columbus. Willfully committing arson is a federal crime punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Just insane. Just insane. And who knows if these fires could have gotten so out of control to the point where it could possibly cause damage to other people's property. It might have killed some people. We don't know. Now, one thing about this individual, he ran unsuccessfully in 2007 to be Greenfield Township's fiscal officer, the first aroused suspicions last April when he discovered an unreported fire at around 12:30 in the morning. In late October, his pickup truck was spotted by a state natural resource officer about an hour before a wildfire broke out in the area, according to the complaint, which was filed by a U.S. Forest Service special agent. An eyewitness positively identified Bartels' truck, a burgundy 2021 Ford F-250 with blackout package, at 2 separate locations in the vicinity of the multiple fire starts within minutes of the ignition. 2 days later, fires had combined to ravage some 1,300 acres at the Wayne National Forest. Investigators gave Bartels a map of all the recent unsolved arson fires marked on it, and then they asked him to draw check marks next to the fires he started and X's next to those he didn't. He drew check marks to next to 26 fires and X's next to 9 of them. The feds obtained location data from the infotainment system and Bartels' truck. Agents then plotted the coordinates on the map, which showed the vehicle had been in close proximity to 24 of the fires, most of them 1 to 2 hours before they were reported to 911. Now, one thing about this complaint, it does not specify how many counts that Mr. Bartels will ultimately face. So we got 24 we know about, at least 24. So this dude could potentially do 100 years in jail if they really want to push the buck on this. At least. But if you multiply 24 times 5, that's 120. So he can face up to 120 years in prison. Because this guy wants to give some people stuff to do. Well, unfortunately for you, Mr. Bartels, provided that your genetics don't get you immune from the system, right? Where you're going to have a lot to do. Where you're going to end up, you're going to have a lot to do, my friend. So, hope setting all those fires was worth it. Hope setting all those fires was worth it. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDPC Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!